So anyway, guys, I watched this particular video and I totally agree with this young lady, and I'm glad that she got on here and she spoke about social media. Social media, including YouTube, guys, is going to make you broke if you are sitting up here listening to these gurus talking about how easy it is to be in the single family home business. Guys, I beg to differ. I am able to say that being in the single family home business, guys, that can be financially devastating. What I am trying to show you guys is how to be in the mobile home business where you do not have to come up with thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars in order to get a deal, in order to get a rental property. Matter of fact, you don't have to come up with any dollars if you plan on wholesaling. You don't need any money whatsoever. But I totally agree with her when she talks about social media and how people get on social media, including YouTube. They get on here and they say, oh, things are wonderful. They never tell you the downfall between what can happen in the single family home business, and they sometimes don't tell you the downfall of what can happen if you're in the mobile home business. Guys, if you have watched any of our videos, I try to keep it real with you guys. I am telling you guys that sometimes, if you think that you're going to be rich, you're going to sign up for my course or anybody's course on a Monday, and then you're going to be rich by Friday, that nothing is furthest from the truth. I always tell everybody that if you are really trying to get in real estate and you really trying to get your feet wet, the best way to get in real estate, guys, is the mobile home business, because it does not cost a whole lot of money. And if you don't have any money whatsoever, but you have a car, you have gasoline, you have an imagination, then guys, you can wholesale a mobile home all day long. It doesn't take a dime unless you have those three things. And of course, guys, internet service and a cell phone might not be a bad idea as well. A lot of people get on social media and they talk about how easy it is to be in the single family home business. Guys, it's hard. It's hard. And the reason why we can speak on it, because we do own, on top of the mobile homes that we do own single family homes as well. If you don't have your team built, guys, if you don't have a handyman, if you don't have a contractor, you don't have a plumber, you don't have an electrician, guys, there's going to be an issue. There's going to be an issue. This is not going to be as easy as everybody is claiming it to be. And I just like to be upfront with you guys. However, if you're really interested in getting into the single family home business, guys, the best way to do that is to get into the mobile home business. I have said this time and time again. If you want to do a free one-on-one 30-minute Zoom, we can do that. 800-974-5580. We can figure out if my course is something that you're interested in. But like I said, guys, we're going to watch this particular video, and I am so glad how she brought up this. Social media can break you, that you can run out there and think that you can do the same thing that this individual is doing, especially in the single family home sector. Or if you go out here, you know nothing about mobile home investing, and you wind up, you need to educate yourself, but you wind up buying something that you shouldn't buy because you're going to try to do this blindly. Okay, what's going to happen, guys? You're going to wind up in a pickle of a mess. Okay, and so why not invest in yourself right now and figure out how to mobile home invest correctly versus doing this blindly. Okay, can it be done blindly? Yeah, it can be done blindly, guys. You can go to YouTube University and you can try to piece everything together, but guys, it's going to take you that much longer to figure it out. So let's head over to the video so I can tell you guys what I'm talking about. All right, guys, this is Kelly from Heels, Deals, and Wheels Mobile Home Investing Course, and I'm glad I came across this particular video because this young lady is in the single family home business. Those of you who have been watching our videos know that me and my family are in the mobile home business. But what I really like about this particular video is that she sort of kind of mirrors us, because she's in the single family home business, guys. Her and her business partner own over 22 properties, and me and my family, we own 21 properties, 19 of them being mobile homes and the other 2 being single family homes. So I'm actually showing you this video, guys. So those of you who are on the fence, like whether or not you're interested in single family homes or mobile homes, maybe this video can help you out. So let's just take a listen.
Regret it. Just to show you, here's a 2-unit property I own. Here's another one that's a 6-unit apartment building. And here's another one. And here's another one. And there's even more properties, but I'm done driving around wasting my gas, and I feel you guys understand. I thought owning rental properties would be a great source of income, but boy was I wrong. Most real estate investors teach about buying rental properties, rehabbing them, renting them out to tenants, and then refinancing them with the bank just to only cash flow $300 per month. And
now, I'm glad she brought that up. Now, she said most investors purchase properties in the hopes of only getting $300 per month. And that's what I was trying to tell you guys. For the fraction of the cost of what she paid, and I'm sure, guys, she probably didn't get these single family homes from an auction. Because she is saying that she still has a mortgage on these single family homes, and you'll hear that later on in the video. So she did not get these single family homes from an auction. She still has a mortgage on those single family homes. What I'm telling you is the way that we invest. We purchase our mobile homes flat out. We don't owe anybody. We don't owe a mortgage company. We don't have a mortgage on our mobile homes. Matter of fact, when you're in the mobile home business, guys, it's very hard to get a loan on a used model mobile home. So we use business lines of credit and we use business credit cards in order to acquire our mobile homes. We don't use our personal side. And you will hear this later on in the video. She talks about using her personal credit cards. We don't do that in the mobile home business. I am not here to knock her game. Matter of fact, I applaud her, a very young lady, in doing what she has done. But I also applaud her for making this particular video, how she explains how investing, especially in the single family home business, can be very stressful. Sometimes it is also stressful in the mobile home business, guys. I am not here to fake the funk. I am here to tell you the real deal, Holyfield, on how it goes with mobile home investing. So let's listen to some more of the video.
that $300 per month may sound like a small amount, but when you have a lot of units, that amount adds up. For the 22 units that I own with my business partner, we roughly cash flow on an average of $600 per month, and that's per unit. And on a monthly basis, that comes to $13,200. And on an annual basis, each year, that comes to $158,400.
So I like how she broke it down. She said on average, any unit that they own, she gets roughly about $600 per month. Same thing holds true for us, guys. However, on the very low end, our lowest mobile home that we only paid $15,000 for, our sweet spot has roughly been about $15,000 for pretty much all of our mobile homes. We actually paid $20,000 for one of our mobile homes. But on average, guys, on the low end, we get $600 for any particular unit. And on the high end, we can get in the upwards of $1,900. We own all of our properties. We don't owe anybody. We own everything. All of our properties we own. So all of this money is directly coming into our accounts. It's not going out elsewhere. Like I said earlier, guys, we use business lines of credit and business credit cards. And I feel if you buy a mobile home on your business credit card or business line of credit and it's not paid off yet, you really don't own the mobile home, right? You own it on paper, but financially you still owe on your business side. So guys, you will hear later on in the video, like I told you, that she created, that she talks about using her own personal credit cards. And she said that is the wrong thing to do, which I totally agree with her. That is the wrong thing to do, to use your personal side to fund investment properties. You should always be using other people's money, and you should always be using your business side and not your personal side.
That's a big cash flow amount just for only owning 22 units. Now that we talked about the money side of things, you're probably thinking to yourself, Stephanie, why on earth would you regret buying all these properties and wanting to sell them if you're making well over 6 figures with them? Well, because I'm here to tell you the dark side of owning rental properties that the other real estate gurus won't tell you. I honestly thought that as we buy more rental properties that I would make more money. And as we continue to buy more, I just became more broke. So So owning 22 rental properties looks great on social media, but in real life, it sucks. And the 6 figures that you see that we make from all these properties isn't really 6 figures, because as you buy more and you scale, more of that money of that cash flow that you make just goes into buying more properties. And not only that, you have to remember you're dealing with properties and things happen. So a roof could go out, an HVAC system could go out, windows could need to be replaced, and those are some pricey items, and that starts to add up. Look, think about it. Let's say you own a single family house and you decide to rent it out and you cash flow $400 per month. That's great. That's above average, because typical investors look to cash flow roughly $200 a month. So you're making $400 a month just from this one property. Now, let's say your roof goes out, and to buy a new roof, that costs $5,000. All your cash flow of that $400 per month is completely wiped out just because of that one thing, just because you have to pay for that roof. Look, I'm not here to tell you what to do with your money, whether that's buying rental properties or not. I'm just here to tell you what my journey is.
And so what I really like what she said, guys, if you pay close attention to what she said, most investors are okay with making $200 a month on a single family home. Guys, we don't have any properties where we're only making $200 a month. And we actually purchased several mobile homes during the pandemic. And I'm not saying that you still can't get these types of prices that I am telling you we pay for our mobile homes. Our sweet spot, like I said, guys, has roughly been about $15,000 for any mobile home that we have purchased. Of course, depending upon where you're doing business, guys, these prices are going to fluctuate. If you are living in a place, or you're trying to invest in a place where the single family homes cost a lot of money, then guess what? Then the mobile homes are going to cost a lot of money as well. So you have to be very, very careful with that. The drawback between having a rental property, guys, is, of course, guys, you become the landlord. And of course, you're going to get a phone call a time or two from a tenant saying this is wrong or that's wrong. That is the drawback between having rental property. Another drawback when you're in the mobile home investing business, guys, if you keep your mobile home inside of a mobile home park, guys, you're going to have to pay the lot rent. That is the drawback. But what I am telling you guys, even after the lot rent is paid, we are still collecting on the very low end $600 per month for a mobile home. We haven't even paid $15,000 to $20,000 for, and then on the very high end, $1,900 per month for a mobile home. We have not even paid $15,000 to $20,000 for. Now, a lot of you guys are going to say, "Hey, what's with the big disparity in numbers of what actually goes in your pocket?" And guys, it all depends. It depends upon the beds, the bath. It depends upon the area of town the mobile home it's in. It also depends on the mobile home park and how many amenities that park has, and it also depends on the lot rent. Another thing some of you might say is, "Hey, Kelly, why do you choose to invest in a mobile home park versus on a land?" And the whole thing with that is, guys, we like to have Section 8. Okay. The reason why we like to have Section 8 tenants, because that is guaranteed money. Okay. If that pandemic were to hit again, guys, we still are going to get guaranteed money. During that pandemic, guys, we couldn't kick out a tenant if we wanted to, nor did we want to. And that tenant could not move. Okay. Because everything was shut down. So we were getting guaranteed money from the government. And this is what we like. We like guaranteed money. If you decide to buy a mobile home on land, of course, guys, the prices are going to go up. You got to buy the land. You got to buy the mobile home. If the mobile home is not already on land, you're going to have to move it. So the move is going to cost you. And another thing, guys, it turns into real estate. After you move it to land, it is no longer personal property. It turns into real estate. It's no longer personal property. And so the reason why I'm bringing this up is because now you're going to be taxed like somebody who owns a home just doors down from your mobile home. You're going to be taxed like somebody has a single family home. So your taxes are going to be going up when you try to get a mobile home that's on land versus leaving that mobile home inside of a park. Now, if you listen to me very closely, mobile homes that are inside of a park are a depreciating asset. And so you're going to ask me, "Hey, Kelly, why are you investing in a depreciating asset?" The main reason, guys, because we like guaranteed money. We like Section 8. And guys, Section 8 is normally in the inner city. It is not in the boonies. Nobody is trying to move out in the boonies. And another thing you have to think about, if you have all this land and you have this mobile home on land, who is going to take care of the yard? You got to think about that. Is your Section 8 tenant going to take care of the yard? Probably not. So we're okay paying lot rent, and we're okay pocketing anywhere between $600 on the low end all the way up to $1,900 on the high end in our pockets after the lot rent has been paid. We're okay with that.
And the ups and downs that have come along with it, just so it can help you along the way. Because at the end of the day, we all know that there are pros to rental properties and there are also cons to rental properties. Throughout us buying all these rental properties within an 18-month time frame, I quickly realized that we were becoming equity rich but cash poor. And having a lot of equity is great, but equity does not put gas in my tank for me to be able to drive to the office and drive to appointments.
And now I really like how she brought up the equity, because a lot of people don't understand that if you have a mobile home that's on land, that is the only time that you will be able to pull the equity off of that mobile home. A mobile home that's inside of a mobile home park, you will not be able to do that. I told you guys that mobile homes inside of a park are a depreciating asset. Only mobile homes that are on land are you able to pull off the equity, because that's when a mobile home appreciates, when it is on land. Another thing that she mentioned it's only going to cost a mere $5,000 if she had to replace a roof. Now, I'm not really sure what state she's investing in, but guys, that sounds very, very low. The most expensive things on a mobile home is going to be the roof, is going to be the AC system, just in case you need central air. In the situation where you buy a mobile home and the mobile home has a window unit, it does not necessarily mean that you can keep that window unit. So you have to be very, very careful. There might come a time where you purchase a property that has a window unit, and then the park tells you, hey, you have to have central air. The previous in buyers might have been grandfathered in to keep that window unit. So you have to be careful with that. So really it is the roof that's going to cost roughly, if you have a single wide, guys, and who what area of town you're doing business in and who does the roof. It could cost you anywhere between $3,500 to $5,000. And then if you're talking about the central air, guys, it depends, once again, if it's a single wide mobile home or double wide or whatever the case may be, that's going to depend as well. And that can roughly cost you anywhere in the upwards of $3,500 to maybe $8,000 for an AC unit. Once again, guys, depending upon what area of town or what state you're trying to do business in. Now, we do business in the state of Texas. And the main reason why we do business in the state of Texas is because Texas has one of the biggest mobile home communities throughout the United States. So when people ask me why I don't invest in another state, I don't need to. All of the mobile homes are pretty much in our backyard. And guys, that is the main reason why we don't invest anywhere else, because if we did invest somewhere else, guys, we would probably have to hire a property manager. And right now, my brother is our property manager here in the state of Texas.
Don't like living a life having to constantly check if my bank account is in the negatives or not. I just got tired of it, honestly. And with you being equity rich and cash poor and not having enough in your bank account, you have to think of those things. Like, are you gonna have enough money for food? Are you gonna have enough money to have gas? Are you gonna have enough money for just the regular bills in your life? And that's where I just got over it. I was just tired of living a life like that, and just came to this realization where I just regret building and scaling this fast. And
now, guys, we actually purchased all of our properties within a 4-year time frame. We already own the single family homes, but the 19 mobile homes, we actually acquired those within a 4-year time frame, since we've been in the mobile home business roughly about 5 years. So I want to just say that, because she scaled very fastly, and I believe we scaled very fastly. We got a lot of our properties during the pandemic. I just want to be very truthful with you guys. However, you are still able to get these dollar amounts on a lot of these mobile homes, especially during the winter months when people get a little nervous because because people have spent all of their money on the holidays, Christmas gifts, Thanksgiving, and all that good stuff. And now you have a seller that's waiting to sell their mobile home, and pretty much they're going to have to wait until income tax time in order to sell the home, because a lot of people just do not have the money. They just don't have the money. One thing I want to throw out there is, and I say this video after video after video, and I'm going to say this in this particular video. If you have a mobile home and you have a single family home that's in the same zip code and it has the same beds and baths, guys, you're going to get the same dollar amount in rent. So let's just say hypothetically, me and this young lady, we have a property in the same zip code. Hers is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. Mine is a 3-bedroom, mine's is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath in the same zip code, guys. She paid $300,000 for her home. I paid $15,000 for my mobile home. So the thing is, guys, the government is going to pay you the same dollar amount for rent, regardless if it is a single family home or a mobile home. What I want you to do is look up the payment standard chart for Section 8 in your area. It's a quick Google search. Look it up. And you will see that regardless if you have a single family home or a mobile home, it will also list the zip codes. You're going to get the same dollar amount if it's a mobile home or a single family home.
I want you guys to know that when you are dealing with rental properties, you need another source of income just to help you sustain. Because as I just said, you will be equity rich and cash poor if you do it this way and just build and scale so fast.
Well, I never teach my students, guys, I never teach my students to quit their job. Matter of fact, my brother still works, who's my business partner. My mother is retired. She's also my business partner. And guys, even though I am retired military, I still work as well. My students will tell you, I teach them not to quit their job. Even though I'm retired military, guys, I did 20 years in the Army. I still work, and that's what I teach, because there are different things that can come up, guys, and it will be so beneficial if you keep your job. Another thing is, and there's a time and there's a place to quit a job, but another thing, guys, if you're planning on investing inside of a mobile home park, the first thing that the park is going to ask you, even though you have no plans on living there, maybe just planning on buying a mobile home and fixing it and flipping it and turning around and selling it to somebody else, they're going to ask you, the park is going to ask you to fill out an application, and you need to show that not only can you afford where you live, but you also need to show them that you be able to afford that lot rent as well. That's another reason why I teach my students, do not quit your jobs, because you're going to have to fill out an application for that mobile home, just like you have plans on living there as well.
That other source of income that we took into consideration was wholesale deals. But unfortunately for us, our wholesale deals were very, very inconsistent. So we weren't making really any money from that. It was just the money from our cash flow. But you got
Now, let's talk about wholesaling. So she said they weren't very successful with wholesaling. And the main reason why they probably weren't successful with wholesaling, guys, is because the real estate game in the single family home sector is saturated. And if you don't believe me, I want you to ask yourself a question. How many realtors do you know? And you're probably going to say, I know a lot of realtors. You're probably going to say, I have family members that are realtors. Matter of fact, I have family members that are realtors. We too have family members that are realtors. But I want you to ask yourself, how many mobile home investors do you know? And you're probably going to say, no, I don't know any mobile home investors. That is because the mobile home side of real estate is not saturated. And she was probably not very successful with wholesaling because that market is saturated in the single family home business. However, when we're talking about mobile homes, guys, it is so easy, and there's only a couple of pieces of paper that you need in order to wholesale a deal. It is so easy to wholesale on the mobile home side versus the single family home side. Let me tell you something, guys. You do not need a license to wholesale a mobile home. You do not need a license whatsoever. The time that you need a license, okay, and don't click away from this video. Now I'm talking about license. Everybody's getting scared. They want to click away. The time to get a license, guys, is when you're trying to buy the property and you want to hold it. Okay, but that's not in every state. There are some states that don't care how many mobile homes that you buy. There are some states that have a cap on how many mobile homes that you buy. It just depends on the state that you're trying to do business in. And in order to get your license, some states just require that you do an application and give them a couple of dollars. Okay, there are some states that require that you sit in a class and then you take a test. There are some states that require that you sit in a class and take an open book test. Now, in the state of California, that is not true. You're going to have to sit in the class, then you're going to have to take a test, and the test is not open book, okay? And then, so you have to figure out what is going to be your exit strategy. Are you going to just wholesale when you're connecting a seller with a buyer? Because if that's all you're planning on doing in the mobile home sector, guys, that is a great way on how you'll be able to build up your capital and how you do not need a license. I would highly recommend that you do a couple of wholesale deals so you could figure out if mobile home investing is something that you're interested in before you run out and get your license. Like I said, if you have no plans on buying and holding any mobile home, then it's okay that you just go ahead and wholesale it. It doesn't cost you a dime, okay? All you have to do is have some type of an imagination, maybe a car, some gasoline, and connecting that seller with the buyer, fill out a couple of papers, and voila, you're going to keep the difference between what the seller was trying to sell a mobile home for and what the buyer was willing to pay for that particular mobile home.
To think about it, for us, there were some things that did need repaired, and when we had no money coming from wholesale deals, then we would use our cash flow money. But when we were low and didn't even have cash flow money to use that, then we would have to come out of our own pocket. And guys, remember I told you being cash poor and not having any money in the bank account? You're probably wondering, like, how are you going to pay for repairs if you have no money from your personal pocket? Well, the bad thing we've done that I don't recommend is we just put it on credit cards. And
now, I'm glad she brought up the credit cards, guys. We never put anything on our personal credit cards. We put everything on our business credit cards. We use business credit cards and business lines of credit in order to purchase these mobile homes. We do not use our own money. There's a big difference between personal and business. So you have to make sure you understand the difference, okay? And so I teach that in our course, okay? The course is in the link in the description, guys. The full course, which is Heels, Deals, and Wheels Mobile Home Investing course, guys, you will have access to me. The course is on demand. It starts as soon as you pay. If you want to do a free one-on-one 30-minute Zoom before you pay for the course, we can go ahead and do that. All you have to do is give me a phone call at 800-974-5580, and we can set up a Zoom. No issues with that. The thing is, and after that, guys, you will have my personal cell phone number. You will have access to me, and you will have access to our Facebook group as well. So I do have 3 mini courses as well, guys. The first mini course teaches you how you go about finding Section 8 for your mobile homes. The second course teaches you how you go about finding mobile home parks that allow for renting. And the next course talks about how you go about creating notes. We talk about that. The thing is, with the mini courses, with the 3 mini courses that I just told you about, guys, you will not have access to me whatsoever. So it would behoove you to have some type of concept regarding mobile home investing before you pay for any of those mini courses. If you don't have any concept about how mobile home investing works, I highly recommend that you take the full course. The course will never go on sale. I'm not having no Mother's Day sale, no Father's Day sale, no Black Friday, none of that. It will never go on sale because I think I give a lot to my students who actually are in my course.
That's where you get into a hole. And that's why I'm making this video, because I don't want you guys to be in the same position that I'm in. I want you guys to learn the lessons, learn the mistakes that I have made so that you don't have to make those same mistakes. So just remember, if you do want to build a rental portfolio, make sure you also have another source of income just coming in, because if you don't, you may end up real broke. Now, I want to talk about self-managing your rental properties, because for us, that is what we did to save money. And to be honest with you guys, I honestly don't mind it. As long as you have your proper systems and processes in place, then it's more so of a piece of cake. And what I recommend you guys do, if you are buying these rental properties, make sure you're fully fixing them up, just so you're not getting calls in the middle of the night of tenants saying, oh, my toilet's broken, where if you just get a brand new toilet, then you're less likely to have that issue. So just repair your properties up from the jump instead of having someone move in right away, and make sure you have your right proper systems and processes in place.
Okay, so I'm glad she mentioned that as well, guys. My brother is actually our project manager. He's also our property manager. So we make sure that we buy properties within a 90-mile radius of where we live because we don't want my brother traveling, light years to go and try to see what's going on with a particular property. I teach you in the course how you build your team, how you get your handyman, your contractor, your electrician, your plumber, and all that good stuff. It's very important to build your team, guys, because like she said, the drawback between being an investor, whether you're a single family home investor or whether you're a mobile home investor, is that if you plan on renting your properties out, then 9 times out of 10, you are going to get a phone call. You are going to get a phone call. By no means is either one single family home or mobile home. By no means is this passive income. This is not passive income whatsoever, guys, because you're going to have to get out there on occasion and you're going to have to fix stuff that a tenant is going to call you for. What I can say, guys, like I told you earlier, we own 19 properties, 19 mobile homes, and 2 single family homes. I can tell you right now, guys, if I get a phone call on my phone right now in the middle of the night from one of our single family homes, guys, I am like, oh my God, what's going to happen? Because the repairs on a single family home are nothing like a mobile home. The repairs on a single family home can be very, very costly versus the repairs on a mobile home, which can be very, very minuscule. Like I told you earlier, guys, the most expensive thing is the roof of the mobile home and the AC if you have central air. Okay. So like I said, once again, guys, in the link in the description, if you want to do a free one-on-one 30-minute Zoom, we can go ahead and do that. My name is Kelly from Hills Deals and Wheels Mobile Home Investing Course. You can contact me at 800-974-5580.